everybody. How's everybody today? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, today we've got some field preparation that we need to do, get ready to plant. And I think the first thing that we need to do is go up here to our cornfield that we chop corn off of, and we'll start there, I guess. That field is going to need lime. It's going to need lime and fertilizer because we didn't get the chopped straw mod benefit because there was no straw. All right, so we've got to spread lime on it, and then if you look, because we didn't get the 50% fertilizer state, then we've also got to put the first stage of fertilizer down. And then, because this was corn, it's going to have to be plowed. So, just a lot of work to do here. So we'll just jump in here and let's start getting the lime put on it, because we got to start somewhere. So we'll wait for it to save. We'll go down here. We don't have a course loaded in that tractor yet, so let's just get right on with putting a course into it. We want to go to Courseplay field work, and the field position right over here. I think about right there ought to do it. And we'll generate a course. I don't know if that thing spreads 59 feet or not. I guess it does. I'm not real sure. I don't remember. But anyway, we'll try it and see if it works. All right. Now let's generate the field work course. And it's got that done. All right. Let's bring up our small HUD. We've got a temporary course in there. We didn't save it. We want him to start the first waypoint. And let's just tell him to go on and go to work. And it looks like he's underway. Good deal. All right. We just want to make sure he gets turned around okay down here, which I'm fairly sure he will. And we've got another field that's going to need lime. So I think we'll go down there and get us another lime spreader, and we'll get lime spread on it. It appears that a lot of our fields are coming due with lime. You know, you spread lime every 3 harvests, and whenever you have a lot of them that you spread lime on to start with, of course they're all going to come due at the same time. So, but that's okay. You know, I mean, we've done a lot of harvesting, and we have a lot of harvesting still yet to do. We've got some fields south of us there that we've got 6 fields up there, and we've got a lot of harvesting to do up there. They're not ready yet to be harvested, but they will be before long. So anyway, let's just make sure this guy's going to get turned around correctly. I don't know what he's doing. It's not making any sense to me. Now what's he doing? You know what? I'll bet you I've got him set. Let's get in here and check this right here, because I bet he's turning on the field only. Yeah, that's the problem right there. Okay. All right. Well, that shouldn't happen again. All right, we'll wait for it to save. Now that shouldn't happen again. All right, now as you can see, he's taken a very partial swipe, and that's because he's compensating for the width of the field. So we'll wait for him to get turned around down here at the other end and make sure he's not going to try to stay on the field. We don't need him to stay on the field. He can get off the field. But that was a mistake on my part, that I didn't catch that he was to only turn on the field. So, you know, it happens. There's so many settings, so many things to watch for, and most of the time, whenever you find your tractor or harvester or whatever you're doing, truck, whenever you find them doing something that you didn't really want them to do, and most of the time if you check, it's your fault. You know, you missed a setting somewhere. They're only doing what you tell them to do. So yeah. So anyway, let's see if this guy, he should go ahead and turn off the field now, and he'll take a full swipe. There we go. All right, he'll get her done now. All right, well, we'll see about going and getting another tractor and getting some lime done on another field. All right, we're going to get up here. This is another field that needs to be have lime put on it. This one we did get the 50% fertilizer on, so we just need to get lime, and then we'll come in and mulch it, and that one will be ready to plant. So let's get up here, see if we've got a course already in it. We do not. All right, so let's go and create a job for this guy. Courseplay field work, field position, right down here will work. Generate the course. Everything looks good there. All right, let's generate the field work. All right, we've got that done. All right, let's bring up the small HUD. We've got our temporary course in there. Start at the first waypoint. And something don't look quite right to me there, but okay. Maybe it is. All right, let's just tell him to go to work and let's see what happens. Yeah, I guess it's going to be all right. All right. And he's off. Okay, and he'll do the same thing. I did think to go in and have him turn off the field, so we won't have to to put up with what we did on the last one. But he'll do a great job. All right. Well, let's just stick with him for a minute and make sure he's gonna get turned around correctly up here. That's always a good idea. Before you get off doing something else, it's always a good idea to make sure that they at least make that first turnaround okay. If they make that first turnaround okay, then most of the time you're set. You can go on and do something else and let them do their thing. So we'll just make sure that he's set. Now the cornfield up there, we'll have to put the first stage of fertilizer on him, on that field. So we will. All right, looks like he's going to get turned around just fine. And he will also only take a partial swipe because he is compensating for the width of the field. So, okay, well, we'll get back with him and check on him here in a few minutes. All right, we've got 4 fields over here that we have harvested, and actually we can start right here. It doesn't matter where we start. These fields have been harvested, and I think I don't think they need any lime. We'll jump out here real quick and we'll check. Let's walk over here and see if they need lime. No, they do not. All right. So, but they do need to be mulched. So we're gonna just get this guy started on this field. See if we can unfold him. And there is, in all these 4 fields put together, there's 1,700 and some odd acres. So, yes. All right, let's create a course for him. So we got to wait for it to save. Let's go up and make sure. Okay, that's deactivated. All right, everything's fine there. Let's see if we've got a course in him already. And it doesn't look like we do. So, all right, let's go down and create a course for him. All right. We want a Courseplay field work. And let's go up here and let's put this somewhere about right there. All right, open up course generator. Everything looks good there. Multiple tools. Do we want him to skip rows? I don't think we need for him to skip any rows. Yeah, maybe we'll skip. Let's go ahead and skip a row. 1 row. I'm not sure if that should be all right. All right, let's generate the field course. And it looks like we've got it done. Okay. And we got a temporary course in there. Let's start him at the first waypoint. and tell him to go to work. And he is off. All right. Well, when we get to the other end, we'll make sure that we'll find out if he's going to skip a row or not. But we'll see. But anyway, we have all 4 of these fields up here that need to be mulched. And then we can go right into planting them. So I'll see you when we get to the end of the field. All right. We're reaching the end of the field, so we'll find out if he's going to skip a row or what he's going to do. All right. And by the looks of it, I would say he is going to skip a row because that's his stop sign on where he needs to stop. So whenever he goes, whenever he travels to the other side of this field, then he'll have to come back through and pick up all the rows that he skipped, and that will be his stop sign. So it just makes it a little easier for them to turn around when they've got such a wide implement. So anyway, he's underway, and we might as well go over and check on our guys that's doing the liming and see what they're up to. All right, let's check on the guy that's in the cornfield. And it looks like he's coming right along. Good deal. All right, and let's go check on the guy that's in the other field. It looks like he's doing great also. Oh yeah. All right. Beautiful. Okay, well, we'll let them get on with it until they get a little farther along. All right. Looks like our guy that's applying lime on our cornfield, he's got maybe, I don't know, 2 more swipes and he'll be done. Maybe 3 more swipes and he'll be done with that. Good deal. So let's go over and check on our other guy. Yeah, it looks like he's coming right on across this field. Great. Now I do have a tractor set up with the mulcher on it. As soon as this guy is done spreading lime on this field, then we'll get ready and start mulching this field. But let's go check on our mulcher that's over in the big field and see how he's getting along. All right. Looks like he's getting right on along with it. And he's skipping a row. He's skipping a row on his way. And whenever he gets to the other side, then he'll come back down this field and pick up the rows that he skipped. So, excellent job. All right, well, we're going to let them just get on with their getting on, and we'll check back in with them here in a little bit. All right, well, it looks like this guy has finished spreading lime here. So, we'll go down here, and I've got another tractor set up to help this one, and we're going to let them spread lime over here on this large field. So I'll get back with you whenever I get over there, and we'll set these guys up and get them started. All right, let's see if we can get these guys started. So let's get back over here to our first tractor, and let's see here. All right, we will make sure he's all right. He's fine. Let's see if he's got a course loaded in him, and he does not. Okay, so let's go down and create a course. All right, we want to go to Courseplay field work, get a field position. I think right there will do it. We'll generate the course. All right, we want two tools in there, because we're going to be running 2 tractors. All right, let's generate the fieldwork course, and it looks like it's got its done. Okay, now let's see, what field was that? That's field 2. All right, that's field 2. All right, so let's go back down here, and we want to save that course. What did I do here? All right, well, let me get out of that. All right, now let's get back into it. Now this is field 2. And we've got one in there, but that's a harvest. So we want to save this course that we just created, and we want to put lime 2T for 2 tractors. All right, now we ought to be able to get out of that, bring up our small HUD, and we've got down here lime 2T. We want to start him at the first waypoint, and he'll be 1 left. Okay, now let's go over here to this guy, and the first thing we want to do is we want to go in, and he does have a course loaded in him, so we'll clear that course, and we'll go up here to the course we just created. We want to load that course and activate it. All right, now whenever you go back down to your small HUD, you see we've got lime 2T in there. We want him to start at the first waypoint, and and he'll be 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. All right, let's go over and start this guy off. Tell him to go to work. Let's go over here, start this guy off, tell him to go to work. All right, so we'll watch them and see how they do. All right, number 1 is off. And number 2 is off. All right, looks good so far. Now we want to make sure when they get to the end of this field that they get turned around correctly. You know how that goes. So yeah. So we can go, let's go up here to our first harvester. Yeah, he's doing great. He's doing real good. All right. It shouldn't take them too awful long and they'll have this field done. So Anyway, we'll check back with them whenever they get a little closer to the end of the field, just so we can make sure that they're going to get turned around correctly. So I'll see you in just a little bit. All right. Well, we're going to watch these guys, make sure they do what they're supposed to do. All right. I would say, if I had to take an educated guess, I would say that they're going to do fine. They're not going to have a problem. But, you know, that's just my educated guess. But it does look like they're going to do just fine. Of course, they're compensating for the width of the field. So, and that's just the way it goes. So you can see that tractor number 2 is going to be taking a mighty small swipe. But that's, you know, that's just the way it is. Yeah, it's a lot of lime loss, but that's the way it is. But from this way, or this point forward, they'll both be taking full swipes. So, you know, maybe they'll do something about it one of these days. Now, what I can't understand is, why is he running up there? We can go check our settings. Let's see. Wait till it saves, and let's go in our, I don't know if we can edit that right now or not. It don't look like we're going to be able to. Maybe. No, we're not going to be able to edit it now. I thought maybe we could edit it and have them stay so far away from one another. But it don't look like they're going to do it now. We should have done that earlier if we was going to do it. So they'll be fine though. They will be just fine. So anyway, we'll get back with them. Let's go over and check on our other guy over in the other field. Let's see, where are you at, bud? All right. Well, he's done too. All right. Let's get him out of there. And we'll get our guys started over here mulching that field. So it won't take him long to mulch it, I can tell you that. Not long at all. So, and I'm not sure that maybe maybe a AI worker would just do that. We won't need to set him up on Courseplay. But we'll get over there and we'll check it out, and we'll find out what we can do with him. All right, well, I think we'll go ahead and set him up on Courseplay anyway. So first thing we want to do is see, yeah, he's got a course loaded in him, so we want to take that course out of him. All right, and let's see what he's set to run. All right, everything looks good there. Everything looks good there. So let's go down here and let's create a job for him. Courseplay field work. And we'll go down here, this field position, oh, about right there. Create a course. 1, yes. Rows to skip, we won't have him skip a row. We'll just let him go. All right, now let's generate the field work course. we've got that done. And we'll bring up the small HUD. Got the temporary course in there. First waypoint. Tell him go to work. And it looks like he is. Very good. Okay. Now let's get over here and let's check on them other two guys. Yes. Right over here. Let's check on them and see how they're getting along. Oh yeah, they're going to be just fine. So as you can see now, they're going to take full swipes. And that'll be just fine. Very good. There we go. That looks great. Okay, now let's go over and check on our guy over in the big field over here. Looks like he's getting along fine. And it won't be long and he'll be over here to the end of his field, and he'll turn around and he'll come back and pick up all the swipes that are rows that he skipped. So, looking great. All right, well, we'll just let them do their thing. We'll get back with them. All right, we're going to get up here, and if you remember this cornfield up here that we just put lime on, it's going to also have to have fertilizer. So we'll just put some fertilizer on this field. And what have we got? We're going to have 5 different tractors running, aren't we? Well, that's all right. That's how you get the work done. All right. So we're going to, what field are we going? All right, this field right here is the one we're going to be working in. All right, let's see if we got a course loaded in him, and we do, so we need to clear that course. And let's create another job for him. All right, Courseplay field work. Get a field position down here. All right, let's generate the course. That looks great. You know what, before we do that, let's make sure that he's not turning on the field. Yeah, we don't want him to turn on the field. So we'll probably have to get out of that. We'll probably have to do this again. All right, that is deactivated. All right, let's go back and make sure, because we don't have a course right now. Yeah, we'll have to do it again. Okay. That's my bad. I should have checked to make sure he was not going to, be limited to turning on the field. All right, that looks good. The field work course. Looks like we've already got that done. All right, let's pull up our. All right, we've got a small or a temporary course in there, starting at the first waypoint. And this guy spreads a pretty wide swipe. So, yeah. All right, let's just tell him to go to work. Good deal. Yeah, I think it's 137 feet. 137.4 to be exact. So, yes, it looks good. It looks real good. All right. And he'll get turned around down here, and he will probably take a partial swipe on the way back, but that's okay. Let's go check on our other guys spreading lime. All right, here they are right here. Yep, they're doing okay. Good deal. All right, what about our guy up here mulching? He should be doing fine. He is. He's getting closer to the side of the field where he'll turn around and start coming back this way, getting all the rows that he is skipping now. All right, and we got one more over here. That's mulching. And it looks like he's doing a good job also. All right. All right, we've got, what, 5 tractors running. That's great. That's the way you get the field work done. All right, well, we're going to check back in with these guys whenever they get a little farther along. All right. Well, this guy's about done mulching this field, and it'll be ready to plant, because we did get the chopped straw mod benefit out of this, which give us our first stage of fertilizer. But the cornfield over there, we didn't get the first stage of fertilizer on because there wasn't any straw. And there's some additional steps that has to be done to that field. Well, this particular time it needed lime, just like this field did. But one of the extra steps is we had to go in and fertilize it, which we are doing right now as we speak. Okay. Now, you don't want to forget that that field still has to be mulched. Yes, we're going to come in and plow it, and that's one of the things. I know it doesn't make any sense why we have to mulch it, but on our yield bonus, you know, where we shoot for 98%, it says that it has to be mulched. And if you do not mulch it, even though you're going to plow it, if you do not mulch it, then you're not going to get 98% yield bonus. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a job for this guy to go ahead and mulch this field now. We want to clear that course, and we want to give him another job to do. All right, now he is right there, so that field position will be right there. Okay, we'll generate a course, and I'm sure everything's fine there. Let's generate the field course. There it is. We'll bring up our small HUD. We got a temporary course. First waypoint, we'll just tell him to go to work. He's not going to catch the guy over there fertilizing for sure. And there he goes. Now he's mulching these corn stalks down. Once he gets these corn stalks mulched down, then we'll have to come in then and plow this ground, because corn was planted in it. The 4 crops that you have to plow after you harvest, they are, number 1, corn. You have to plow after corn. You have to plow after sugar cane. If you raise sugar cane, you've got to plow after you harvest that if you want to plant something else. The next one is potatoes. Anytime you plant potatoes and you harvest them, you have to plow after that crop. And the next one is sugar beets. You raise sugar beets. Once you harvest them sugar beets, then you'll need to plow the ground. So anyway, that's why we're plowing this ground, or yeah, that's why we're mulching right now, and then we'll have to come in and plow it. So, and that is to keep up with our 98% yield bonus. So, like always, this guy is compensating for the width of the field, and that's why he's only taken a partial swipe. So, all right, well, we're going to let him get along with it. And let's see if our other guy is done, excuse me, spreading fertilizer. And it looks like he is. He's done. All right, so what we will do is we will take him back and drop this fertilizer spreader, and we'll hook onto a plow and we'll come back over here. All right, we've got a plow, and of course this plow is not going to catch that mulcher for sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to create a course for this plow and let him start plowing. It's not going to interfere at all with that guy doing the mulching. All right, so it's got to save, and we'll get him programmed in and let him start plowing this field. All right, we want to go down, clear the current course out of him. Okay, and then we want to go over and create another job for him. And let's get a field position here. All right, we got a field position. And as you can see, the guy mulching right there, it's not going to interfere with him at all. So let's open the course generator. Only one tool. All right. Everything is fine there. Let's generate the fieldwork course. We've got that done. Bring up our small HUD. We've got the temporary course in there. Start at the first waypoint. Let's tell him to go to work. All right. And off he goes. He is plowing. All right, very good. Very good. Yeah, you just sometimes preparing these fields, there's a lot of work involved. But if you have Courseplay and auto drive, you hire you a bunch of helpers to help you, and in this big commercial farming, it's to think that you can do it all by yourself. Yeah, that's I'm not going to say you can't. I'm not going to say that at all, but if you want to make some good headway and keep crops growing all the time, yeah, you're not going to need to hire some help to help you. So anyway, we'll just make sure this guy gets turned around right here. There's every reason to believe that he will, but we'll just make sure. He will probably take a partial swipe. And we can get over here and see how much of a partial swipe, but you can best believe it's going to be a partial one. So that field's not going to come out exactly right. And there you have it. So then from here on, all of his swipes will be full swipes. So, all right, let's go check on our guy over here in the other field mulching. All right. And it looks like he has reached this side of the field, and he is on his way back now. He will pick up all the rows that he missed, and whenever he gets back down to the other side of the field, this field will be mulched. So we'll stay with him right now and watch him get turned around down here. But yes, you've got to hire help in order to move right along on these big fields. There's so many different steps that you have to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Now, don't get me wrong. If we didn't want to plow that cornfield over there, we didn't have to. We didn't have to at all. But we'll take a hit on our yield the next time we plant. We didn't have to mulch it. We could have went right straight in there and plowed it instead of mulching it. But we wouldn't get our 98% yield bonus. So, you know, it's all in what you want and what you can put up with. My fields are never at 100% because 100% yield bonus, because I don't roll the field. I can put up with that 2%. You know, I'll forfeit that because it's not cost effective for me to buy the equipment and pay a helper to go in and roll the field. And no, I'm just not going to roll it. So, but anyway, as you can see, this guy is headed back toward the other side of the field where he come from, only he's still skipping a row and he's picking up the rows that he missed whenever he came this way. So anyway, we'll let them get along with it. We'll get back with them when they get a little farther ahead. All right, well, we're gonna try to get one of these fields planted, and we have traded tractors, and we are now going with the Big Bud, the 16 valve 747 Big Bud. So I bought 2 of these, and we're going to try them out. See how they do. So we're going to get one of these fields planted, and we're going to plant wheat in this field. I guess it doesn't matter where we start. We can start right here. But let's get this thing unfolded, and we'll see how Big Bud pulls this. Yeah, it's hard to pull because, first of all, it's a cultivator and a planter, plus you've got the seed cart behind it. But this Big Bud is 1100 horsepower. So yeah, so let's just see how it does. We're going to plant wheat, and let's create a job for him. Now, we've never used the Big Buds on this farm before, but we'll check anyway. Nope, there's no course loaded in it. All right, let's create a job for him. All right, we want to go to Courseplay Field Work, Field Position, right there. We'll generate a course. And yes, everything looks good there. Alright, now let's generate the fieldwork course. And we've got that done. We will bring up our small HUD. We've got a temporary course loaded in it. If we go over here, we want to make sure that we're planting wheat in the first waypoint. Now, all we have to do is tell him to go to work, but I always like to jump out of the tractor, walk over on this field, and make sure that we've got everything done that we need to do before we plant. And as it looks, yes, we do. So we've got our first stage of fertilizer, and yeah, everything looks good. So let's go back and tell Big Bud to plant this field. All right, let's just tell him to go to work. And it looks like he's doing it. All right. Very good. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's gonna walk right on across this field with it. The other tractors that I had the versatile tractors doing my planting, and this particular planter, I've had it set where it could be pulled at 15 mile an hour, and the versatiles couldn't pull it over, I think it was 10 mile an hour. That's all the versatiles could pull it. So I went to the Big Buds, and as you can see, they're not having any problem pulling this planter 15 mile an hour. They are flat getting on with it. All right, well, let's make sure he gets turned around correctly up here, and we'll let him get the field planted. Now I'm sure that, like always, on every other field, running on Courseplay, he will have to compensate for the width of the field. So, now you know what? Let's see here. Yeah, we need to deactivate that. All right. I forgot again. All right, so let's pull up our HUD because you see what's happening here. All right, now let's start him now at closest, nearest waypoint, and let's see what happens. All right. Excuse me. That is an awful tight turn. He's not going to make it. Okay. All right. Let's bring him back over here. And that's why you've always got to watch on that first turnaround. All right, now let's have him start right there and see if he'll see what he'll do. Well, you can't ever tell. It might be that I should have had him skip rows because he's awful wide. But it looks like he's got it figured out now. All right. Yeah, he's going to get it figured out. That first turnaround, and that's a note to myself as well. We need to start having these planters skip a row. So that's just a note to ourselves right there. Because that was, I mean, look at, he's only taken a partial swipe. And that's an awful sharp turnaround. So he won't have a problem from here to the rest, you know, to the other side. But yeah, we'll start having them skip a row. That way it won't be near as tight of a turnaround. All right, well, let's go check on our other guys. We've got these guys over here that are still applying lime. And it looks like they've come quite a ways. Yeah, they're every bit of half done probably. Now this was 400 and some acres, so it'd take them a while to get across it. All right, and what about our guy Plowing? We'll check on him. And he's coming right along. Very good. All right, let's go check on this guy mulching up there in the big field. And he's coming right along too. He's coming back down through there, picking up all the rows that he skipped on the way up. So he's doing mighty fine. Great, good deal. All right, now let's go back over and check on Big Bud. Yeah, see, he's not having any problems now. So, all right. I am satisfied with that. Looks real good. All right, well, I guess we'll call this a video. These guys are just going to finish up. We'll wait, and it's getting kind of late in the day, and supper time is coming upon us. So we'll let these guys finish up and let them go home early, and maybe we'll go home an hour or two early. And tomorrow we'll have more planting to do and more field work, preparing to do. So I guess we'll call this a day. This is the Dirt Road Farmer. If you'd like this content, please go down there and give me a like. I'd sure appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that'd make me very happy. If you would like to get notifications every time I post a new video, you've got to ring the bell. If you'd like to share this video, please do. Please share it. If there's somebody out there that would enjoy this content, by all means. But like I say, we'll call this a day, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. But this is the Dirt Road Farmer, and as always, thank you for watching.